What's going on, guys? So I have a question for you today. Have you ever gotten really excited for a sneaker, waited several days for shipping, processing, and all that stuff, waited for it to come in the mail, got the sneaker, and noticed that it was fake? Yeah. So I have a really interesting story for you guys. I'm definitely disappointed, and it happened with two different sneakers from StockX. One of them was fake, and one of them was damaged and not dead stock condition, or not up to Deadstock standards. My standards, pretty much anybody's standards. So let me get into the story. I do actually have one pair of damaged sneakers from StockX here that I'm going to give you a brief shot of. We're not going to get into an in-depth view. I am sending them back first thing tomorrow morning, and I will be purchasing another pair. I will also be paying more money for it, and StockX really is not doing anything to compensate or reimburse me for that fact, other than taking the sneaker back that they didn't do the proper check on in the first place. So yeah, it's definitely upsetting. And all in the same week, I have a story about a second sneaker from StockX that was fake. So with that, we'll go ahead and get into it. It's kind of a review, it's kind of a story, and here we go. So as you can see, brand new shiny Nike box, and as you know, well, you might know what the sneaker is. Let's go ahead and get open here, get into this. I got the StockX card. I got the StockX receipt, which has to be sent back with the sneakers tomorrow. And I'm going to be really careful with the sneaker as well, because it is being shipped back. And let's go ahead and get into it. So what do we have? We have the acronym Racer, well, acronym Presto in mid racer pink and photo blue. Hope you guys can see that. Obviously the regular Nike box with the size 12 Nike logo. I know I'm kind of flipping this around on you. First thing I noticed when I opened the box is that the paper was ripped, and ripped pretty badly. So let me go ahead and get into these so you can actually see it. Here's the first one. There's a StockX tag, and from looking at it from a distance, you almost can't tell. I almost missed a couple of these things. And honestly, people probably wouldn't even see them, you know, passing by or even standing next to me. But being the sneaker collector that I am, I just have a lot of pride in the things that I collect. And I'm sure you guys too. You want stuff, especially when you're paying several $100s, for them to be pristine. And when I buy from the source, from Nike, from a consortium, they're pristine. When I buy from StockX, they're pristine. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way. When you pay a ton of money for something, especially when it's a nice collab, you want it to be pristine. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a certain level of understanding that I have with sneakers, and with Nike especially, a certain acceptable level of things that could be potentially off with a sneaker that you get from the manufacturer. You know, light glue stains around the midsole and the outsole, and really that's pretty much it. So any kind of nicks, scuffs, discoloration, stuff like that, to me, for Deadstock, is not acceptable. In which case I would always do a return and ask for another pair. You know, and then they offered me two things. They said, hey, we'll go ahead and give you $20 off your next purchase, or you can return them. And I'm like, in no way, shape, or form, that's just not who I am. I would never accept the $20 off the next purchase just to save $20 and then have a messed up shoe. I got hundreds of shoes and they're all pristine, and then I'm gonna go ahead and accept one that is not up to standards. Honestly, me personally, I wouldn't sleep at night. I literally wouldn't sleep at night. It would bother the hell out of me. So let's go ahead and get back into this really quick. Grab the other one out and I will show you. This is the other sneaker here. See, from here, they look fine, right? They look good. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys would want to return. Let me know if you'd keep it. Let me know if you guys would get 20 bucks off of the next sale. Me personally, I've already spoken to them, got the return shipping, and I'm going to be sending them back tomorrow. I want a clean pair, even if I have to pay a little bit extra, which it looks like I'm probably going to have to do. Anyway, so the first thing I noticed upon, I'm knocking everything over. The first thing I noticed upon opening the box is the paper here is like shredded. I mean, you know, shredded. And you know what? That's not something that I would basically put in my list of things to say like, hey, I wouldn't accept it. You know, a little bit of fabric on the bottom, maybe somebody even tried them on, as long as they're clean and there's no problems. Even little bumps on the box, even some stuff wrong with the the tissue inside. Those things I could find acceptable, but the rest I can't. So let's go ahead and get into them. I'm going to give you guys a really quick review. We're going to talk a little bit more about the things that are wrong and the things that had happened with this purchase, just to give you guys an idea of what I went through. And then when I get the actual clean pair, we'll do a much more in-depth view. You guys have seen them before. You have the racer pink, you have the photo blue at the top, you have the neon kind of yellow acronym strip. Go ahead and give you a close-up view. You might start to see some of the things that are wrong. I'm not sure if they're on this shoe. And they're just beautiful, you know. And I told you guys that I'd have the review for you, and it's been taking a while, so I definitely wanted to get this video out and at least give you guys a look for those of you guys that might have been wondering if you want to get this pair or what it is. And now that I'm looking at them, you know, it doesn't seem that bad from a distance. So let's go ahead and get into this, and I hope you guys can see it from my camera view. So the first thing that I noticed is there right here on the cage, there's black and white paint. And let me find out what shoe it is. But there's actually a scuff. So the paint is scuffed off. So that's not something that happens in a box, right, when it's being shipped. That's something that was put on someone's foot or something, you know, somebody threw it, scratched it. It took a decent amount of scraping or scratching for that to happen. And some of you guys may say, hey man, that's really not bad. I would have taken those. They gotta be perfect, guys. And honestly, you guys should probably hold up to this. I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do. I'd never do that. But keep that standard. Keep that high standard. And by keeping that high standard, it will keep StockX keeping that high standard. It'll make sure that we continue to get a really good product. Now, I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna put my finger right below it and see if we can kind of get a zoom in here. But right there, I'm going to try to let it focus. You can see that the paint is scuffed. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to try to get up even a little bit closer. Right there. You guys see that? So right there, the paint is scratched. See that little white spot there? You can actually see the white is scratched right off. And it's really, you know, it's not that big. It's really not. But to have a scratch and you can see the paint is missing on it, that's the first thing. The second thing, and you guys aren't going to see this on the camera, but there's a bunch of particles on the bottom, like lint and stuff like that. When when you get a clean shoe, it's clean. You know what I mean? And there's all these particles that I'm seeing on the bottom, there's none of that in the shoe box. So where did they come from? They didn't come from the factory. You know, I've gotten 100 other shoes, 150 other shoes from the factory that didn't have that. So I think somebody, you know, wore them around the house, tried them on, scuffed them up, and then tried to pull one over. Okay, so that was one small thing there. Second thing, and I just noticed this now, and you guys may or may not see this, and I'm glad I caught this too, but the stitching right here. I don't know if you can see that. Try to give you a different angle, but the stitching is all up here in the corner, and I didn't even notice that. So it's supposed to be flush. I mean, it's not horrible, but you can see the stitching is up. Now, let's see. On this shoe, now this is something that's definitely more noticeable. Right here, on this part here, you guys can see that, right? I'm glad I got the good light. Now, you guys are not going to see it super, super clean, but right here, there's some kind of glue stain or some kind of scuff. Right here where you can see it, right on that kinesiology tape. And for you guys that don't know, this is actually designed after kinesiology tape. There you go. There's a good view of it right there. And it's kind of, you know, you need the light to kind of see what's going on. Now, on the other pair, on the back, there's two scuffs in the paint again. Now, again, it's going to be hard to see on camera, but you see you have all white here, and then there's that black mark right there. So the white paint is scuffed off and you can see the black underneath. And on the other side, in the black paint, and I think you can see that a little bit better, it's scuffed there and you can see the white paint. And you know, these things are not, when you look at them, they're smaller. I might have even been able to deal with a lot of the other things, but with everything kind of put together and then the scuff on the cage, I just can't do it. And like I said, it's really hard to see on camera. And then also here too, I'm going to try to peep in here. I think you might be able, but it's right here in between the corner where the kinesiology tape is. Again, there's some kind of issue with the stitching here or discoloration. I'm going to try to get it in here, see if I can get it to focus for you guys. You know, so I don't know if you guys can see that. And then on top of all that, right here on the toe box, and I tried to look to see if it would scratch off. I don't think this is going to pick up. You know what though? I do have some photos that I can actually, I'll put them right up here above so you can see them, because I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it here. But right here, oh, I might have it. Right here, and then the same right here, there's two black, I think that might be picking it up. There's two black spots. And it's like I got 3 or 4 other buddies that have gotten this sneaker. You know, Seth Fowler, who is sponsored. You guys, I know you sneakerheads probably follow him. He is sponsored and works directly with StockX. They sent him a pair and they were perfectly, you know, pristine. Another thing I noticed too, that I didn't notice on a lot of other pairs, like I said, you know you're going to get those typical glue stains, but up here, and I'm noticing more and more, so up here, you're probably, like I said, probably not going to see it, but there's a big scratch there, and actually I think you can see it, there's a scratch there in the paint. And then what I noticed on these pairs is that where the paint is in the back, or this pair, it just, there's like a lot of bubbling up, you know. And I basically took a look at these with the flashlight and went over them, and now that I have the bright camera light on, I'm actually noticing a lot more. Let me go ahead and give you guys one last look at these for review purposes. I'm going to go ahead and put these away and tell you guys the rest of the story. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys these. I did promise them, and I will have my personal pair. These are my personal pair, but they're going back. I will have my actual pair, and I will do another in-depth review. You know, you got these diagonal arrows on the toe box. You got this really cool black and white zebra stripe typed cage, and then of course you got the zippers, the 2 zippers in the back, and then the button here, which I'm not going to mess with any of the functionality of it, because like I said, I am sending it back. So that's story number 1. So literally I just got all, you know, up into it with StockX. I was sending them message after message. Hey, I need to return these. Hey, this is unacceptable. I finally got done with the message. They had sent me a message back saying, okay, we can either give you the $20 or the, you know, we can take them back with a shipping label. So I sent my whole thing saying, no, I want to send them back. This is not acceptable. I don't want the $20. I'm going to send them back. Now, the second I got off of that message, before he even had a chance to respond, I opened up my email, I had a notification, I opened up my email, and I got another notification from StockX saying, sorry, your Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 5s were not able to be authenticated. So somebody basically was trying to finesse. They sent a fake pair of 5 Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the Great 5s. They sent them in, hoping they could get them by StockX. But it was just really weird. The timing of it was really weird. It made me a little suspect, you know, a little suspicious about it, because literally the second I got off, it was almost like they wanted to say, we sent you one that was not good quality and we missed it. Now we're showing you that we have another one that's not good quality, but hey, at least we caught this one. You know, so I really don't know. I never really will be, you know, I never will know. I'll never be able to figure that out. So I bought, literally in the last week, I bought 4 pairs of sneakers. 4 pairs that I was not able to pick up for retail. I got the purple Jordan 1s. I missed out on those. I got 2 of the pine green pairs for retail, but they didn't have any of the purple Jordan 1s for sale here. I got the great Jordan 5 Fresh Prince Fresh Prince of Bel-Airs. I got the acronym Presto that you guys just saw in the Racer Pink and Photo Blue colorway. And then just, what was it, last night or the night before, the prices had gone down. I put a bid in and won the Jordan 5 Wings collab that they just did, which is really dope as well. So out of 4 sneakers for a total of just under $1,000, 2 of those sneakers for a total of $500 now are either going back. Well, they're both going back. I'm sending one back. StockX is either trashing that pair or sending it back. I hope they trash it so that that pair is not out in the market. You know, shout out to StockX though. I will give them a little bit of credit. Although there have been a lot of issues lately, they are resolving it. They are allowing me to send this pair back. Although the price is $10 to $15 more now, and I will lose out. They won't be compensating me for that. The price for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Airs is the same. I'm going to go ahead and put purchases in on both of those now so I can hopefully lock the price in. But the thing is, I haven't even received money back for either of those pairs. So now that's $1,000 into $500 worth of sneakers because I'm only getting 2 of those 4 pairs. Yes, of course, I will get the $500 for the other 2 pairs that are getting sent back. That will come to my bank. But hey, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not rich. I do all right. I'm a disabled veteran. I'm on disability. I don't have the ability like a lot of people to go out and make an infinite income. I have disability. I collect the sneakers that I can, but I can't collect everything, you know? So, you know, and they have customers that have a lot of money, and they're like, oh, well, you can just go on and make another bid. Well, it's like, you got $1,000 of my dollars. What if I didn't have another 500? What if I needed that just to get by for the rest of the month and I literally spent like my last dollars on it? I wouldn't be able to get that pair. I'd have to wait 3 to 4 days for it to get shipped back, then another 3 days, business days for, you know, them to process it through my bank. And then what? Now it's already $15 higher. By then, you know the Prestos, the acronym Prestos are going to be going up. Then it's what, $20, $25 higher. So now you made a mistake, and now I'm taking a $25 hit. And then on top of that, you know, I know it's not the end of the world, but I made you guys a promise that I would have these shoes in hand. And now instead of getting the shoe maybe like a week after the release, now I'm getting them 3 and 4 weeks after the release. You know, and I'm starting a new channel, trying to build things up. I'm trying to get you guys the views as early as I possibly can do, you know what I mean? And I'm not a big fan of getting early pairs. There's a lot of issues there. I'm not really sure how I feel about that, so I either get them day of, or if I can't get them during the release, I usually pick them up through StockX or Go. So anyways, that's my story. 1 fake sneaker and 1 damaged sneaker that has to go back. So basically 2 sneakers out of the 4 that I purchased all in 1 week. $1,000 spent in 1 week, and 2 of those are just kaput. Now I have to go back on and rebid to get those pairs again. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have dealt with this before. Let me know if you'd keep the pair. Let me know if you send it back. Let me know if you take that $20 discount. I'm just curious to see what you guys think. Curious to see what you guys would do or what your experiences have been. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, smash that notification bell so you can get all my videos on demand. It's Heat Kicks. I'm out.